everybody, this is Lena, and you are watching Lena's Life. Yeah, I am so happy to be here with you guys. I haven't made a YouTube video, gosh, in a month or so, and lots has happened ever since. You who follow me on Facebook know that a lot of things took place in the last couple weeks, 3 weeks. The place that I'm at now is different than where I was before. Before I was in the desert. Well, not the desert, but up in the high mountains of New Mexico. And you might ask, where's Mark? You know, well, everything must come to an end sooner or later. And unfortunately, Mark and I separated, and it's all good. I mean, we're friends and everything, but we're no longer going to be married, and we're no longer going to be together. So I just making this video for you guys and letting you know what's been up with me, what's going on with Lena's life. Well, Lena's life kind of got a bit predictable for a while, being stuck in a little town, and no dissing on Silver City. It's a beautiful, beautiful town. I love it. But it's something that I really kind of grew out of really fast. I just can't be limited by small spaces, and I need big spaces to, spread my wings and stuff. So I was jonesing for this place. I remember, I think it was maybe, oh my gosh, I think it was, let's see, I think a month ago. I was just looking at old pictures and reminiscing and thinking, wow, it was so nice living in Minnesota. I mean, apart from the winter, of course. But, I was under so much pressure. I was so scared. I didn't know what was going to happen with me. I didn't know what was going to take place. I didn't know where I was going to go. And then I ended up somehow, some way, out in New Mexico and having that accident. And I'm not going to rehash old stuff or anything, but it just really set my life in a direction that probably wasn't the best for me, emotionally and transitionally. It was kind of a hiccup. And I'm not going to say Mark was a hiccup, because he wasn't. It's just that the situation dictated, just different, I don't know. It was just a tough place to be for me, because I really liked the Twin Cities. I really liked being able to, have my career going and growing and stuff like that in the right direction. But after everything happened, I think there's a kite up there. Is there a kite? I hear a kite. Well, anyway, I don't want to rehash stuff, but I am in St. Paul, Minnesota. Actually, my daughter was born some hospital right over there. And I used to work right there at that building that has the white and stuff and the windows. That is the Xcel Energy Center, and that's where the Minnesota Wild play. And back in 2000, I moved here and I didn't have a job, to a place that way towards, it's called a town called Eagan by the airport, or out that way. I don't know. It's not too far from here, but Oh, it's a drone. Okay. It's a drone. I used to have a drone. I used to have two of them actually. But I digress. Anyway, I basically, um, I basically just kind of grew to like this place a lot. Um, St. Paul was a place that I spent a lot of time in. There was this science museum that I got a wow, that's scary. That drone over there. You just don't know if it's gonna crash on people or something. It's a little nerve-wracking. I guess I guess it's karma for how I made people feel sometimes when I used to fly my drone. But anyway, I used to really like this area. Um, it just kind of grew on me. It's not like the Twin Cities. Like well, it's not like Minneapolis, one of the Twin Cities. It's got its own little vibe to it. It's kind of like older, more laid back, not as cosmopolitan, you know. But in its own way, it's really trendy and hip and cool. You know, it's got some really cool um, things going on with it. You know, as far as the place, there's one of those bikes. You see that? You can rent one of those bikes for $3 for an hour, or $6 to 24 hours. And like I was saying on my Facebook video, you can actually I mean, rent it and ride it, and then you could drop it off at another location. Like if I were to go all the way to Minneapolis with it, and then I could hop on light rail. Oh, there's the paddle boat. Paddle boat's going to be taking off soon. It's right over there. But yeah, it's really cool. I mean, so you're asking what got me up here? Okay. Well, in the interest of not talking bad about Mark and stuff, because there's so many wonderful things that I learned from him and that I apply even today. Like when I was making my oatmeal, and well, I made some 10 grain oatmeal slash pancakes with blueberries and bananas. I had a little hot plate thing going, a little skillet, and a little kettle. Oh, and Sammy girl, hi Sammy girl, thank you. This is I don't like it long blowing in my face, so I use this as my running hair. That way it doesn't cause me all kinds of fashion emergencies when I'm running or rollerblading, which I honestly am going to be rollerblading way more than I'll be biking. Biking is another thing, but I'll be rollerblading a lot more than I will be running. Today, I went, oh, yeah, I like short hair too. Yeah, it's easy to manage. You know, it's fun. If you get a good hairpiece, it takes the hassle out of dealing. But I'm gonna try this stuff that my friend Lisa is recommending. It's called Batiste dry shampoo with color. So I'm gonna try that out and see, because I have my own hair. I did cut it last year in July to please my mom, when I saw her in California. But it's coming along. It's curly. It's healthy, and it's just a little sparse up here, like towards the back and stuff. So I've tried this other thing called Topic and Topix, and it doesn't really do it for me. It's like put your hand in it after you put it on, and it's like all on you. You know, kind of gross. And Lisa says that dare not someone get it in their eye, because if they do, oh my goodness, there's, you know, very much a discomfort, you know, and an irritation that goes on. But anyway, I'm going to put on my prescription glasses that they have transition lenses. I got these in Mexico when I was living in Silver City, and Mexico used to be like 90 miles away, and the little town, oh, these days I'm telling you, I don't weigh much and I don't have padding anywhere. I mean, I've got really, I'm very proud of my abs. Look at my abs. Yeah, I have abs. I am so happy with them. I was running today, and this random couple, like, were walking, or yeah, they were walking on the trail, and the lady stopped and she's like, I just wanted to tell you that you have some nice abs. And I was like, thank you. And I kept on running. But, you know, it takes a lot to build abs, and it's not easy. And it's not something that you do. It's taken years to make these babies pop. And might I say that thanks to Mark Angelo Cummings, who is an incredible, one of the most incredible personal trainers, and I just happen to be married to him, so I got the perks without paying the price. But now I think he wants me to pay him back. Sorry, Mark. Thank you. Kisses and cuddles at night, I think, kind of paid for it. Maybe not. But anyway, I really, really enjoy being able to just live here now. So, what got me here? Okay, well, let me start. Mark and I got married in a situation where we just kind of fell in love with each other, you know, and not realizing just how much we had stacked against us, you know. There was a ton of stuff. And over time, the tiny stuff just started to build up. Just little things that you wouldn't even think were even a big deal became a big deal. I mean, like, you know, and it wasn't this, but like, who rolled the toilet paper the other way or something terrible. And then we get all into these arguments, and it wasn't but like a little tiny little spark that would set it off. But looking back now, I think it's the fact that I just felt like I was in the wrong place, and that I needed to just do something else, you know. He's very content living in this little town. That's called his name like 3 times now, and I guess now he's applied for work, and I think he's getting a job, and he's all set with, you know, healthcare, and he's a resident. He just got his plates and stuff for his town, for New Mexico. Ironically, I went with him to get, I'm gonna just walk. Ironically, I went with him to get a driver's license. And, you know, he basically, you know, wanted to get his driver's license, and then I thought twice about it. I just didn't feel comfortable. And for other reasons that I don't care to really share, kind of personal, I just decided I'm not going to get a driver's license. For what? You know, my Florida one's good. I don't need it. And not really thinking that I was going to move here anytime soon. It was always a dream to come back here. Boy, I'm tired. I'm just like dragging. But it just, I didn't think it was going to happen. So what ended up happening was that I basically just, well, we basically kind of had enough. Kind of had enough of the same thing. Kind of had enough of fighting over stupid stuff. Kind of had enough of not being able to basically have the kind of marriage that we both deserve to have, that he deserved. He deserved to have a marriage that was, you know, a person that was giving of themselves and totally like committed to the relationship and to being together and to each other. Isn't that what a marriage is all about? It's about finding that person that you can like grow old together with and that you can give yourself 100%. And you know, that it just didn't happen with me and Mark. And I think one of the reasons that it didn't happen is because I still love my children so much that I don't want anything, including Mark, to come between them and I. And I knew I had a sick feeling in my stomach when we ended up getting married. I remember him saying, I want you to give me all of you. Yeah, I'm still married but separated. It just didn't work out. Yeah, I know. It's sad. But, you know, I told him I'm working on it. He wanted me to give him everything, you know. And the thing is, when a person has children, it's really tough to give that, you know. I mean, it'd be one thing if it was just a regular, old, standard, everyday divorce where, you know, number one gets, you know, a certain amount of time with the kids, and parent number two, you know, they get another certain time amount with the kids. They have visitation, mommy and daddy, or mommy and I don't know what my situation is, but you know, they basically come together and they agree and they sign this document that like tells people that, you know, they're gonna share the responsibility with the kids and stuff. Well, I didn't have that. I didn't have anything even remotely like that. It was just, you know, the divorce happened and then it was like custody of the children. Forget it. In order to be divorced, you're gonna have to give me all of it. You know, every single opportunity of being able to be in contact with them, basically my ex kind of took away. So I wasn't able to get, you know, any kind of fair shake. You know, the house went to her, the car, you know, yeah, well, the car was gonna go to her. It didn't matter, but you know, I mean, it was like everything that was mine was gone, including my children. And I struggled all through 2014 in the very first year of my transition. And those of you who watched my channel in the past, you saw how much I would talk about it, how much it influenced what I did, how much it hurt me, how much I wanted them back, you know. And, you know, in 2015, that all came to a screeching halt. It all ended. It all ended. And why? Why did it end? It ended because there was no way. There was just no way that I was going to be able to have my kids. It's just not going to happen. So in marrying, it's like it really threw everything. It threw everything. My kids just, I mean, once I changed my name from Lopez to Cummings, it was like they lost a piece of their soul or something, and they never ever communicated with me, and I was just heartbroken because once you're a parent, you're always a parent. It doesn't matter if you're a transitioning person or not. I mean, and that's another thing that happened recently too. I saw my son. Yes, I saw my oldest boy. It was so cool. He was so kind to me and open and friendly and not bitter and hopeful. We're both, friends and stuff. He's grown up. He's like 20. I left when he was 16. But it's awesome. It's awesome to finally get, some light at the end of the tunnel with regards to your children, because not having your kids is hell. I mean, let's just not mince any words here. It's literally hell. It's the closest to hell that an adult parent could ever be put in, because it's just something that you just don't understand. And Mark never understood that. I mean, how can you? I don't blame him for not understanding. It's not like a person that has never had children. I mean, it's not fair. Let me grab a drink. Hopefully the water fountain's working. Sometimes they freeze it up. Well, I think it's still... Oh, there's some water. Hold on. I'm going to take a drink. Oh, so thirsty. That's the first drink I've had since I stopped running 12 miles. Yeah, today I ran 12 miles. Yeah. This is Harriet Island Regional Park. Beautiful, beautiful place here. Right on the Mississippi River, right here. And we've got paddle boats. And the city of St. Paul is right there. There's some really, really cool stuff. How many times did I say I would step down? Oh, there were so many times Mark offered to step down. And I just didn't want to lose him. I didn't think it was something that I wanted to happen, because I mean, I'm looking at this situation, right? I've already lost everybody. And then if Mark steps down, then that means that I would lose him too. So then that means I would be alone. And I didn't like that. I didn't like that concept of being alone. I was afraid of being alone. So I held on to believing that I could literally take myself to the Atlantic Ocean and bury my past. But the past is not something you can bury, when it involves the creation of life. It's like the universe is telling you, look, this is yours. This is your responsibility. No one's gonna, you're never gonna run away from your responsibility. Regardless of how you feel about it, you have a responsibility to be a parent and to be present in the lives of your children, regardless of whether you transition or not. It doesn't matter. And you do whatever you have to do to make that happen. So that's exactly where I'm at now. With Mark in the picture, and yes, he offered to step down so many times. Very selfless of him to do so. He and I were in love, and we believed we were twin soulmates, twin flames. And sometimes twin flames are put together for a purpose, And when that purpose is complete, then they're separated. Or when that purpose is fulfilled to the point where the other person can't contribute anymore, then it's over, you know. And I think that's what took place with Mark and I, is that, you know, as soon, I mean, the day, just pretty much the day that I got dropped off in Las Cruces to go to the airport, I mean, when I missed my flight, I mean, and I missed it on purpose, not because I was like staying up late and I overslept and the alarm clock didn't go off, not because I didn't, you know, I wanted to be there, but because I was at a place where I was like, you know, I don't really have anywhere to be by coming to Minnesota so early, so why bother, you know? So I just was like, I'll just take the next flight out. Well, that was like, that was a mistake. You know why? Do you know why? Because that was the beginning of a very, very, and I mean very long day. It was a day that I'll never forget traveling. It was the longest day of my life. Got to the airport, right? Okay, and I just said, I need to get on the next flight to Minneapolis. Well, we have a connecting flight that goes out of, I think it goes out of Denver. Okay, that was the original one. And then, no, connecting, yeah. And then it was like, okay, put me on that one. Well, that one was going to be boring. And then it like had some kind of mechanical failure or something. And then they were like, well, we could put you on a flight to Chicago. I was like, huh, Chicago. My son is in Chicago. And I told him, I texted him and I said, I might be able to fly and land in O'Hare, Chicago. He goes, if you do, then I want to see you. And I was like, okay, if you want to see me, then we can make arrangements, right? So I was super excited, right? And then they said that the flight to Chicago was overbooked or something like that. So then they stick me, oh no, it was Chicago, what was it? I'm trying to remember it. It was, whatever it was, they bumped me off of it and put me on a flight landing in Houston, connecting in Houston, and then going to Chicago. So I took the Houston flight. I land in Houston at the George Bush Intercontinental International Airport. Huge terminal, massive, massive terminal. I land and I'm like, wait a minute, where is my gate? I mean, my you know, the gate, you know, where I'm supposed to be, right? Where am I supposed to be? I'm supposed to be at, you know, like a connecting flight. And the flight was like connecting in Chicago to get me to Minneapolis. But there was no connecting flight from Houston. Yeah, so I was like, oh my God, my airline screwed me over. So there I am at the airport and I'm calling and I'm leaving messages and I'm like, look, people, can you fix this problem? And they're like, you know, they leave me on you know, they leave me on some kind of, like when I call them, it was like a voicemail, and then they left me on hold for like, I don't know what it was, and it was like, I didn't have a connection, so there I am, just floating around at a big massive airport, not knowing where to go. And then they stick me on this, finally I go to this office or something in the main terminal for United. And they're like, well, this flight's boarding in like 10 minutes, but it's in Terminal Z or something. And I told them to hold it for you, but it's only standby, so you need to get there like right now. So I'm hightailing it, right, to this Terminal Z. I get to Terminal Z, the door's closed. So I'm like, great, this is great. You know, this is great. Now I'm stuck. I didn't know if there was a connecting flight. It was like 4 o'clock. So then I went back and they put me on a different flight and it got me to Chicago. And it was late because there was no connecting flight to Minneapolis at that time of the hour in Chicago. So it worked out that I had told my son that I wasn't going to be able to see him because, you know, he was going to be starting to work and he didn't have any kind of leeway as to like waiting around and stuff. So I was just like, oh no, I missed it. And I was bummed because I wanted it. I wanted it to work out. I really did. But, you know, it was one of those things where, you know, I felt, well, maybe it's meant to be a later time. So they ended up comping me a room. I stayed at a hotel. And then I told my son that I was in town and that I booked myself on a late arriving flight the next day to give him every opportunity. So we made arrangements and we went to, what was it? Oh, this is so beautiful out here. Just gotta see this. Look at that. So, Wabasha Street Bridge. Super pretty. Super pretty. So I'm kind of like stuck as to which way I want to go. I think I'm going to go this way. How many times did I say I would slip and wake myself? The reason I asked you to give it all up is that you were, to give you an outlet, you were always suffering. Yeah, I really was. It was hard. It was hard. And sometimes, you know, love just ain't enough, you know, especially when you have children in the mix. When you have children in the mix, the bets are off. The relationship doesn't survive because, you know, the universe knows that you have obligations. Oh, check this out. Isn't that cool? This is like one of the parts of the bridge and then the other part of the bridge. Yeah. It's really cool. I love this town. It's just beautiful. But, you know, sometimes when you have children, or all the time when you have children, it just isn't, it's not that easy. It really isn't. It's complicated. So I ended up staying in Chicago and then visiting with Timothy, my oldest boy, who's now in his second year, finished his second year in college. He's, I think he's majoring in English literature, I think, yeah. So it's like, I get every opportunity now. Oh wait, I didn't see it. I knew we were going to end one day because I was the third wheel. I deserve someone to love me, not have to always deal with other person's baggage and challenges. And you know, the baggage and challenge that you speak of is the reason that I'm on planet Earth. You know, that's That to me is not baggage. That to me is my purpose. You know, whether I transition or not, purpose is to be a parent. And the truth of the matter is that being with you, Mark, disallowed me from being able to be a parent. And not because I didn't want to be, but, you know, we would say, oh yeah, Lena has no children. Well, that's BS. There's no way Lena can have no children, you know, because it's just not true. It is not true. So that's kind of where that goes. But, you know, crying over spilled milk isn't going to clean up the mess. You know, it's just going to make us feel bad about what took place. But there's lots of wonderful things that happened between Mark and I. There's a, you know, I have a friend in Mark for life. I know I could trust him, and he can be honest with me, and we can, you know, share with each other's triumphs and, you know, and with each other's sorrows and stuff for the rest of our lives. But yeah, I do hope that Mark finds a person that can give him all the things that he wants, because I wasn't able to with the kids that I had. And, you know, I mean, as a trans woman, it's, you know, we don't just put things on the back burner. You know, after the first year of transition, Mark had from 2003 an affirming girlfriend that became his wife, you know, that gave him all the man, you know, accolades that he could ever want, and still does to this day. It was funny because she was like, I've never seen Maritza or any, you know, whatever. I've never seen that person. So, I mean, did literally, but, you know, basically, you know, was saying, I've always seen him as a man. So, and then he'll say, oh, I'm too spirit that way. And it's like, yeah, but there was really just one spirit going on with, you know, that relationship with Violet. I mean, you were the man and Violet was the woman. So there was no two-spirit anything, really. It was just, you know, people, you know. So anyway, I just, you know, I'm just glad that at this place, at this time, that we're able to assess these things and to make good, healthy decisions for us as adults, because they're vital. They're really vital. So I am now living in this area, this place called St. Paul. I had a trans woman friend of mine that I met years ago when I was living here, and her name is Paula Schilling. And Paula has a house here in St. Paul, and she's always been very kind to trans women, helping them out in their time of need. And I just reached out to her and I said, Paula, I may want to be moving back to Minnesota, and if it's okay, I'd like to be able to stack out at your place and for the time being. And she's like, dear, it's all yours. You know, you will have a room for you, and you can come, and I'll even pick you up from the airport. And I was like, wow, how kind. You know, I mean, I've said so much crap in the last 3 years or 4 years or whatever about the trans community, pro anti-trans, pro-Christian, anti-Christian. You know, I mean, for that woman to accept me now and to just, you know, and to help me out when I need it, and never to once unfriend me through all the things that we've said, which I absolutely regret. You know, it's a miracle. It really is, because I didn't deserve the treatment that I'm getting now. I knew we were, oh, sounds like an amazing friend. Yeah, she is. She's super nice. Super nice. She's like 70s, 75, and pretty disabled, you know, and has had a house in her family in East St. Paul since 1945. So they have a house, and, you know, it's Paula's now. But it's very temporary. I'm looking forward to being able to get my own place here. I'm thinking about moving closer to like the northern suburbs, like an area called Maple Grove that I really liked. But I think I'm going to stick around here because there's just a lot of opportunity here with regards to, you know, the Mall of America is here, the airport. I just like passed the train station, Amtrak. Union Station is here in St. Paul. So if I ever wanted to, like, say, take a Chicago train, you know, into, you know, train into Chicago and meet up with my son or my daughter, because my daughter's graduating and she's going to be going to the same school as my son, which is this prestigious college that only smart kids go to. It's really, and to think that they're doing this despite me, I don't know. It's amazing. Look at these. I think they're cherry blossoms. Oh, they smell divine. Beautiful, beautiful. Super pretty, super pretty. So, you know, there's so much that I am grateful for. And I'm just happy to be back in a place that I'm familiar with. So yeah, these are those bikes I was talking about. Those people are putting those bikes back when they walk or whatever. But I can literally, you know, take it, you know, rent it for like, I'm gonna look at it, see what it says, for sure. See, I could live in a place like that. Of course, that place costs an arm and a leg, but, you know, I'll look into what the opportunities are. But you guys have seen these around, right? They're like public bikes and stuff that are available for people. This one looks like it has shifters even. It's called Ride Once. Single rides per $3 per half hour, and 24-hour pass, $6. What's included for 6? Unlimited 30-minute rides. Rides extra longer than 30 minutes pay additional fees of $3 per half hour. Oh, so it's not as cheap. It's not as cheap as I thought. Kind of bummer. Yeah. I mean, a half hour, let's see where it takes you. I don't know. Be better to probably just buy a bike. Yeah. Well, I thought it was cheaper. It's not. So maybe ixnay on that idea. But yeah, it's you know, it's something to think about. The bikes in Jersey are $1 for an hour. Huh. $3 for a half an hour. Yeah. And then they've got this way to the 15-minute walk. I'm going that way. It's the Metro line. So I don't know where the green line goes, but there's always people out there that want to like do stuff like that, you know, out loud. So yeah, it's a life, right? It's Linda's life right now. All the stuff that I was doing in New Mexico is over. The relationship is over. The feelings like I just wanted more. I don't know. And then just the realization that as long as I was involved with Mark, that I could never have my children. It's just like, killed me. So now I can work on that. I can work on making those things a possibility. So eventually, within the next month or two, I'll like get my own place. Hold on, this is so gorgeous. I'm gonna take a picture of it. Can I? Yeah, we have to. We have to move on. Life is too short not to move on. If you don't move on, then you get stuck. And who wants to be stuck? I felt like I was, one person's freedom is another person's prison. And I felt like prison by living in Silver City. One Walmart that we basically never went to because, we just didn't go shopping anywhere. We just did, our routine. And I am not, that's one thing about me. I am not a person of routine at all. Routine is like prison, and early on, we wanted to come back here. When we were on the journey, we could have moved anywhere. Yeah, I know we could have, but there was nowhere else to move to. This just had to be. I'm not saying to be bitter. I mean, I'm glad that you enjoy it there. It's what you want. It's what the universe wants for you. But for me, it's yeah. Yes, there was. Well, I don't know what that place was because it didn't open up and become apparent to me as to where we would be. I, don't really know what you're saying because you like simplicity. You like the fact that there's no mall. You like the fact that there's no traffic. You like the fact that there's hardly any people. Yes, we did. But there's no need to rehash stuff. I mean, yeah, we did what we did. It's done. There's really not much we can do about it now. It's over with regards to that. And yeah, we did move back because of my mom and all that stuff. I'm not blaming Silver City. I've already stated that I love the place. It's a beautiful place to be. But, I mean, it was just, for me, it's not for me. It's a nice place. Give it that. It's a nice place, but it's not a place that I would want to live for the rest of my life. I need more. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not going to feel bad about it. Just move on then. Speak about other things. We're over. And I'm glad I can now focus on me. I'm thriving. And it is, but it's my video. You don't have to tell me what to do. If you don't like it, turn it off. Don't watch. This is my update video, Mark. Update. That's what it is. I haven't made one in quite some time. So this is the all-in-purpose, all-in-one update video. And yeah, your life is included in it. I'm trying not to be negative about it, but you know, if you want to put gloves on or something, I'm not blaming you. It's like everything's like not about you. It's about what I did for my children, what I did for me. I mean, you aren't part of it. You never were. Although I tried to squeeze you into it. It didn't work. So stop being bitter. There's no need. You got your job, you got your life, you got your things. You got your, you know, eventually you're going to get a camper and do all the stuff you've ever wanted to do. You have your gym. You should have never brought someone into your life. Okay. That's like the grass shouldn't grow in the springtime because you planted it. I mean, it's like, it was for a purpose. You even admitted it. I mean, it was a season of growth. It was a season of change. I don't know why this has to turn into the Mark Angelo Cummings, you know, saga. This is about me. This is my channel. This isn't Mark's Corner. So nobody's blaming you. I'm just telling you that being in Silver City was being in a prison. That's it. That's just me. So, like I said, one person's prison is another person's, you know, paradise. And you love it in little paradise, then great. Well, don't get upset. And then you're getting upset with me. I'm trying, Sherry. I'm trying. I was happy. About 40 minutes ago, before Mark came on, I was happy. I was talking about stuff. I was talking about what got me here and, you know, how much I love it here. I mean, so, I don't know. This is why Mark and I don't work. Because we piss each other off. And no one's ever pissed me off more than with him. Yep. So, are you going to sabotage my video? I don't do this on your channel. I don't even comment. I don't comment on anything on your channel. When you're on, I don't even say anything. Yes, he does like control. It's like all about control for him. And he's never wrong. I asked him. Yes, goodbye. 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 Jeez. It's like never, like, the guy's never wrong. He always like has something. You know, he's got like real macho power issues going on. So anyway, here I am in this beautiful town. Super excited to live here. And I'll be going apartment hunting soon. And it'll be cool to take you guys with me, show you around, and give you an idea of why this place is as beautiful as it is. It's just a wonderful place, and I am so glad that I finally made it back here, because it's like, you know, as much as other people like calling other places little towns with 10,000 people in them and a high desert community home, and you know, I love this state. You know, I don't know how much I'll love it in this wintertime, but I'll find something. You know, I'm a survivor, and as long as there's heat, I love to ski, so maybe I'll take up cross-country skiing. The trails turn into cross-country skiing trails, and you know, there's just a lot of opportunity. I love architecture too. Yes, you're right. I mean, architecture. Oh, look at these trees. Wow, They're just beautiful. They're blossoming right now. They're super pretty. Super pretty. It's just a pretty, pretty area. And there's culture. There's, you know, I could catch a Broadway show here. I mean, Minnesota has a lot to offer. The Twin Cities have a lot to offer. And, you know, you're not stuck, you know, with, well, like I was going to say, Walmart. Literally, Walmart was the mall. The mall was Walmart. And, you know, we barely even went there because he has this animosity against the mall. And I guess his new job, he's going to be cutting meat at a deli at Walmart. So go for a person who doesn't like meat, a person who's a vegan, a person who doesn't like the big matrix, working for one of the biggest matrix companies, cutting meat as a vegan. I don't know. It's crazy. It's crazy. I guess karma is what it is, right? You know, I like Walmart. I do. I like Walmart. You know, it's always, you know, I always wanted to go to Walmart. That's all right. I guess Mark chose to blow up on my channel today and take things out on me and stuff, and to comment and to control things, you know. So now he's got me upset. Now I'm not as happy as I was before, but, you know, I don't do these things to him, you know. I don't go on his channel whenever he's talking. I don't like argue with him and make him look like an ass like he did to me. But, you know, Mark is Mark, and he has to have power and control. And, you know, to be honest with you, he had that power and control. I did not. People can read and listen. You talking about me. Stop it already. I don't talk about you anymore. You're indifferent to me. Yeah, I am. I'm indifferent. Okay. Sounds right. And it wasn't about you. That's the thing. It's like my video has turned into the Mark Angelo Corner story. You know, it's like he doesn't want any negativity about him, but then initially he was like all about just slamming me and stuff, you know. Yeah, you told people about my disability too, so what's with that, you know? Or saying that I'm disabled and riding rollerblades. It's the same thing, you know. So you could do whatever you want to do and say whatever you want to say. I guess, you know, divorces are always a mess. They're always a mess. So here we have the start of a mess, you know. I just hope that, you know, I can just put an end to the mess before, you know, I have other things happen to me, which aren't in my control right now. So, but I don't even know what to say anymore. Like, I've been totally thrown off my my monologue here. I mean, there's not much else I can say, because I've been like, you know, my brain's kind of been like put into this fight or flight mode. And, you know, when I get riled up, I get defensive, and it's, you know, it's my MO. It's what I do. I get defensive, and I have gotten defensive with Mark on several occasions. I will defend myself when I am being spoken about behind my back. No, I'm just speaking the truth. You know, I was not saying anything hurtful, mean-spirited, judgmental, rude, insensitive, or anything. That would be you and your commentary and telling me what to say. Well, I could speak some truth, but am more classy than that. Okay, yeah. This is my first video. my first one. I have not made a YouTube video, people. Mark's made several, and he makes them simultaneously on Facebook Live and on YouTube. So he said all kinds of stuff. I have never even commented on any of his videos on YouTube, you know, and I just watched the ones on Facebook. Hi Leslie. So glad to see you. In order to go forward, both of you need to be amicable. Yeah, I've tried. You know, I've never not been amicable. It's like, yes, you have. You've insinuated, like, I'm not going to go into details, but Lena, this or that, you know, it's like, I know you don't want to, but you insinuate that. So let other people judge. Let other people judge. I've already been told by other people that watched the video. And I watched it too. And it's like, you know, I'm not going to say this about Lena, but she is irresponsible with money, or, you know, I mean, so it's little stuff, you know, little stuff. It's like stuff that, you know, it's like not spoken, but implied. It's like implied. And, you know, if I'm going to say something, I'm not going to imply it. I'm just going to say it, you know. I mean, like I said, I felt that Silver City was a prison. Okay, I said it. It's not meant to offend anyone that lives there. Lisa lives there, Murillo and Mark lives there. I mean, they like it. If they like it, then it's what it is to them. But for me personally, for Lena, it's not my cup of tea. You know, it's like I don't like, you know, I don't like certain things, and you know, it's okay. We're people. We have different choices, different strokes for different folks, right? You know, I mean, that's just what it is. So I'm just, you know, I'm just sharing that I don't like certain things, and it doesn't mean that other people are, you know, bad for being that opposite or something. So I don't know. I'm just tired, you know. I'm just tired of not being able to just live my best life, you know. And for whatever reason, whatever reason we have is, you know, our own personal reason for existence. It doesn't, you know, center itself on what other people's feelings are. I mean, at the end of the day, I fought for saving the relationship with my children. And letting anything else, including Mark, go. That's it, you know. And I wasn't able to give, and I've been very forthright, very honest, very open, and very candid about the fact that it was just not going to happen. I mean, I tried, I did, but it was just not meant to be. There was no way. It did, Sherry. It was an incredible time. Yeah, it was an incredible time. He got to Chicago. You did not let me go. I ended the relationship. I got tired of dealing with the drama. I mean, it's again, Mark ends things. Mark controls things. Mark does things. So he's the one who, the drama is just my children. The drama is not being able to wear a wig without feeling like, you know, a cross-dresser. The drama is not being able to wear a bra, because I feel like all uncomfortable around him because he makes me feel illegitimate at wearing one. The drama is, wanting to do things for myself as a trans woman and not being able to have the luxury to do it. The drama is going to the store and not being able to just buy something without having to get permission. The drama is not having a credit card where I could just go to the store and take it wherever I want. Yeah, I mean, right? I can wear a bra. The drama is in not being able to like be or not be on whenever I feel like it. The drama is the control. That's the drama. The drama is not just me. The drama was with you too, Mark. So, everybody has a role in this, and if you want to say that you left me, I was just looking for opportunity, I was just looking for an opportunity to be let go because the drama started way back when, way back when. And I've been holding on, Oh, look at how I get, really? Look at how I get. So this is the train station, the Amtrak. It's an Amtrak train station, and I'm thirsty, so I'm gonna grab some more water and have a drink because I'm thirsty. It's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool place. I guess they have a bus line here too that takes people places. It's called the Union Depot. And they have a waiting room. Huh. Never been here. I'm gonna check it out. It's always cool to see new things, experience new things and new opportunities and stuff. That's always been what I've been about. Okay, so they have an escalator going up. Whoa. Elevators. It's a big place, like an airport. All gates. Metro line. Seating available. One level up. In the waiting room. That's pretty cool. I'm having a lot of fun. Oh my god, you're a trans man. What the hell did he expect? Oh yeah. Yeah, so slam the trans women for just being, right? That's really classy. And it's also like he's a trans man, so what do you expect? You've got to be more alpha than alpha is, man couldn't be more alpha. That's just the truth. Looks like my stuff's breaking up. I don't know what happened. I really don't. I lost connection. Step outside. Hopefully get the connection back. But I lost reception, I guess, in this building. I'm kind of lost it. But later, after, whoops, where did I drop? Oh, I picked up some souvenir stuff. The Java Express. It's a really cool. Do you see her as a man or as a real woman? What do you refer to her as that when you say that you've never had problems with a real woman? Oh, God. So now we have like a angry feminist, trying to. Gosh, so rude too. I mean, I didn't go into a tunnel. I just went inside the union. That's it. Oh my God. So I'm getting out. Oh God, now I have to take a stairway? How do I get through? I guess I have to go down a stairwell. And in a tunnel, hopefully my signal doesn't go. I'll make it quick. Oh gosh, it's weird. Oh, keep dropping it. So I'm in a tunnel, I guess. Oh no. How do I get out? Okay, there we go. I see daylight. There it is, daylight. I can finally make my way out. My battery's about to die, so if the video ends, it's because the battery died. You guys don't see, you see Lena as a, what do you see Mark as, a woman? Is that he gets a free pass to manhood, and I have to, be told that I'm not woman enough for you. That's all good. We're never gonna solve the dilemma. It's really, it is what it is. I am, and other people don't. So I'm not gonna knock you for seeing what you see or saying what you say. You have every right to it. So I have every right to live my life too. So that's the thing. And nobody has to tell a trans woman what they can and can't do with their lives or how they can and can't present themselves. Mark's taking tea now, so so it's ironic, because he's all about not having tea and all about